Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me again. So here we are now in the process of putting the engine back in now. We got it out. Had a little trouble with it. You'll see it in the little clips that are gonna come along here, and I'll explain all that. Then we're building the engine mounts now. We can't progress anymore. You'll see why we have to build it now. So I should have done this a long time ago. But I thought I can get away with it with the dirty dingoes, but you'll see what happens. So yeah, just watch the videos and it will be self-explained and you will see. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy this. All right, so I got the engine back out, sitting here. We're gonna mount it to the engine stand now, but I ran into an issue with that because this is a different engine stand that I had gone out and grab because it's geared and I can turn this engine over easily, not like last time I was suffering. But these pieces right here where it mounts to the engine, they're actually extended, and the reason why they have extensions here on these type of mounts is so that it moves away and you can still exchange flex plates, flywheels, and still have the space in between. But our problem is this is not going all the way through. I need this whole 1-inch thread to thread all the way into the block. We don't want it halfway. That's the reason why you see a paint mark right here. I marked it with a paint pen. That way I know what I need that is extra. So I measured out and it's another 1/2 inch. So it's going to be a 4-inch bolt all the way through on this. So I need a 4-inch. I needed to make sure it goes all the way through here. We don't want it halfway where all the stress and the weight is going to crack the block. So don't cheat yourself on this one, and don't be cheap, because better a few dollars in bolts than us looking or hunting down $1,000 block sometimes. All right, so yeah, I already took all the bolts out and did such a damn good job at sealing this sucker. It just doesn't even want to come off. So unfortunately I can't find my separator tool, which I ordered another one, but that's gonna have to be coming now in a day or two, and we'll just move on. Right now I have the sway bar down here, and I'm gonna have little kids go ahead and install this guy. There you go, we got it off now. So now that we have both bars out here, you can see just how significantly bigger this thing is and how dramatically it will improve our handling. We still gotta torque them down.
Torquies.
All right, out. That's it. So now the Hotchkis bar is on, and you know, the kids put this together, but we do still need that nut right there that goes to the end links. So we'll go grab that later on. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and give you a detail right here that anytime working with suspension, this becomes a problem that people don't realize. We had a horror or a little episode because when the suspension isn't loaded, this is the reason why you got a jack here. When the suspension is loaded, it raises this arm upward, so it's easier to sneak this guy over. That's the reason why we did build wheel cribs, but we didn't use them yet. And luckily this was still actually loose. We didn't torque them down yet, so kind of took the bar out of the way, dropped it down, so it gave a little bit of relief out of it. So it made the sway bar going a little bit easier, anti-roll bar, or whatever name you guys want to use. Here you can see that we got the engine mounts in now, and yeah, it's time to fabricate the new engine mounts because we have obstructions from the dirty dingo ones. So dirty dingo ones are giving us problems right here, because I still need my dipstick tube right here, and there's a tube that comes down from this drip back cooler here. So yeah, it's kind of blocking it, so we're gonna have to do it a different way. I'm gonna have to just fabricate my own here. So yeah, once that's done, we'll drop it all in at one time. But for right now, I gotta go get some more steel and start playing with it. So we'll get this all squared away. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go over something, cover this with you right now, is that I did break the knock sensor taking the dirty dingo mounts off. So we'll go over this, and the reason why is because I want you guys to get a little education off of this piece, because of in the past we've chased ghosts. Same way when you buy a sensor, and when you buy a new sensor, you don't ever look at the sensor as the problem. At times when you buy the sensors that are not made for the engine, which would be like the OEM one, we would buy cheaper versions, put them in, and they were not having the proper quality control, because certain ones, like let's say made in China ones, they don't have the right voltage and the resistance it off when you check them. So, you know, people do overlook these things. I don't want you guys to overlook and make the same mistakes, so I'm trying to bring this up so that you have something to keep in mind here when you are running around and be like, oh damn dude, things, I just can't find this problem, you know. But it's the last sensor you put on, and if you did use a sensor that is not the original, then you might have a problem. The other thing is, if you're using sensors like, you know, a 3-bar because you wanted to make more power or more boost, okay, that's different. Okay, but I'm talking about like sensors that are on the engine in general. So those ones will be the first ones to question, because it's the last one put on. And we overlook it, and we always think that, hey, you know, it can't be, it can't be because it's brand new. No, check it. We are making the engine mount brackets now. So what's going on now is I already made these plates. So these plates, and then here to the engine mount, that bracket's already made too. So now the last thing we need to do is to actually get that piece of tube that sits on the ground there to the place we want, measure, cut, and pretty much mock it up and weld it. So we're gonna weld it in like that. We're gonna make it out of tube stock instead, and these pieces of flat stock. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm gonna add some gussets to them to support and make them a little stronger, so you'll see how I build my mounts, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. We're about to pull this guy back out, mount it onto the hoist, and see, everything's pretty much ready to go. The little tabs right there, that's gonna be welding in there. Did do an upgrade while we're at it. So this, now I just bought this ram right here, and it's pneumatic and charged and ready to go here. So I'm not gonna be sitting here pumping this stupid thing anymore. I'm getting freaking tired. Okay, been in freaking a lot of pain, and I just can't fucking deal with it. I have to do it a different way. Whatever's gonna fucking take me. I only got like a fucking month right now. So, before I got surgery coming up here, so 1 month. I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can in a freaking month, and I got freaking downtime. Ton of recovery time to deal with. Gotta show you this. This is just so much better. Alright, so now you can see that we have this guy tacked up, and you can also see a wire tie that's hooked to the tab and the tube itself, because I don't have extra hands, and it's really difficult to try to you know, hold things by yourself. So that's a trick that I use. You know, maybe you guys can apply that to your stuff. So here we are. We can see exactly the clearances, and you can see that it will clear the steering column the way I have this mount bracket made. And like we had before, we had problems back here where the engine sat way too close, which is why I had to go ahead and take this heater core line off where my finger is. Then here's the other one up here, but it was pinched up by the valve cover, so now we got the clearance we need. So that's where we can see the bell housing come up later. But this is the position I want. And yeah, you know, overnight, the night before this, what happened was I had everything tacked up, and I guess that, you know, either the jack gave out or something gave out, that it shifted the whole thing like a 1/4 inch by the time I woke up. And I was like, oh great, so I had to freaking cut it off and redo it again. So yeah, because it was only tacked in, so yeah, it gave me some problems there. But yeah, that's why I had to remove the mount and redo it again now. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this because when it comes to here, I know a lot of people do gussets, and this is kind of a little bit of my way of doing it. So what I do is I cut the tube in this type of angle. So once I get these angles right here, you can see that I welded the outer edge, and I also get the chance to weld the inner edge. I wanted to show you this before I capped it off. So once I cap it off, it has another penetration of strength. So this is how I build my mounts, okay? I know I wanted to use things and make things fast, but it just didn't freaking work that way. So I just wanted you guys to see that. All right, guys, so that's gonna end it for this one. Next time we come back, we will be finishing the mounts in the next video. Then the braking system, we are gonna equip this guy with the 6-piston calipers from a 135. So that's gonna be in there. I will show you exactly what I need to do to get that there. Then after that is done, we will move on to the transmission mount. But for right now, this is it for this video. So I'll catch you guys later, and be safe out there, all right?